So let's talk a little bit about thoroughness, because we did talk about the fact that all fraud tools aren't the same. And I want to get into a little bit about what you guys do at Anura, why it's so different, and how you can get customers down from 45% fraud down to almost 1 to 5% that's being kind of maybe left on the table.
Sure.
What should we look out for?
I've probably done over 1,000 demos of our product myself personally. I want to know, and I still do them today because I still want to know. I'll do like 1 or 2 a week just to keep on the beat of what's happening. And a lot of times I hear people like, yeah, no, we do this, we watch the time to click. I'm like, yeah, this is all like 1990s stuff you should be looking at. It's helpful because if you're catching anything, it's definitely something you want to block. But what about the more advanced stuff? So remember we talked about GIVT versus SIVT. So a lot of companies do both, but many companies out in the market just do a GIVT filter. Hey, just send me the IP address. Let me give you a beat on what's going on. So, okay. Let me explain how that looks. So let's say you're at a Starbucks, you're on a shared IP address with hundreds of people walking through that store every day. So hundreds of people using that IP address, and you walk into the coffee shop because you want to hide yourself, right? You jump on their network to go do some affiliate fraud. So when they check your IP address, oh, it's a legitimate IP address. It belongs to a Starbucks. Let's say they got the user agent pass. Hey, it looks like it's coming from an iPhone 15. Looks pretty good. So you look at the data and you say, no, this is legitimate traffic. I'm going to pass it. That's the GIVT test, right? The SIVT test, and again, I'm not sure how everybody else does it, but how we do it is we collect over 800 data points on the user's environment that they're using to connect to your web asset, and look at that data. We know how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to interact with each other, so we can come up with a definitive answer. But I'll give you one example. So let's say that same person came in, and we understood that iPhone 15 didn't have a touchscreen. Would you think twice about that connection? Now, it doesn't mean it's definitively fraud, but it definitely says, hey, looks like there's a spoofing attack going on. So maybe I went with my laptop into Starbucks, hijacked their IP address to commit fraud, but I don't want it to look like it's coming from my Mac laptop, every connection. So I have a piece of software that rotates who I am. Okay, right now I'm an iPhone 15, next time I'm an Android, next thing I'm a Windows machine, and it just keeps changing it so it doesn't look like the same person over and over again. And how many people are looking at that level? And that's just one data point.